Welcome to Cliffy's Kitchen. Today I'll be taking you through the process of doing one of the favorite of a lot of people. Yes, stew peas. You've been waiting for this one, and we're going to take you on a journey of showing you how we do it in Cliffy's Kitchen. So please follow me as we start the ball rolling. For our stew peas, it's a game that we have red peas. This is a red kidney bean. And of course, if you notice in it, I have some garlic. That's about 8 cloves because they're small. Usually we use about 4 reasonable sizes, but these are small, so 8 cloves. It's soaked overnight. It was washed at least 3 times, and so that water is what we're going to use to start cooking it with, and that was 4 cups of water. And that's so we'll take care of our cooking for the time being until it boils down. We will throw some more water in it accordingly to what it required. Next, you notice there I have a bowl with beef. That's the one tray. It's about 1.5 pounds. It was picked up at the supermarket, already cut up as you see it there, and that's the amount that we'll be using, 1.5 pounds of beef to go along with the pig's tail. My next item is pig's tail. Of course, notice in the bowl there, that's about 2 pounds. It was cut up, soaked overnight, at least about 3 times. We have changed the water to make sure that it's not too salty, just the right taste you would want. And if you notice here, this is the size that I cut them so that the salt would boil out easily, and so you don't have to worry that it's going to be too salt. It will now complement the beef and give you a very good taste when cooked. It's time to get our peas in the pot now, and notice it's the same water that it was soaked in, because as we have said, it was already washed 3 times, and so this water is what we are cooking it in. I'm now going to add, if you notice, the water can take some more, so I'm going to add another cup or 2 to make sure that enough water is in there. Well, as I thought, we really need some more water, so here's an additional 2 cups to bring it to what we are satisfied to go on cooking it, maybe for about an hour or so. I'm going to cover up the pot now, put my stove on high, and when it starts boiling, then we come and add the meat in it. We're now going to put in our meat. This is the beef and our pig's tail. Alright, we will let that go on cooking. Let me just make sure that everything is in place. I'm also going to add a few seeds or grains of pimento, just to start adding flavor from early. And we're now going to cover up, and we're going to get our flame, well, it can remain where it is there. We're going to get it back boiling and get it back down to medium and let it go and boil for about another hour or so. We will watch it in the meantime to make sure that our water is always enough to look just as it is there now, making sure everything is taken care of, properly boiling for the next hour or so. Well friends, this is what we have after 1 hour of cooking, and isn't it looking really nice, simmering quite nicely. Let me check the meat for softness. Yeah, it's getting there, pretty soft. And for the pig's tail, yeah, that's getting there too, going on quite nicely. We're gonna cover up now and let it go and cook for another half an hour, and then we will start adding in our seasoning for the final touch. If you're liking this video so far, please remember to like, share and subscribe. That you do by hitting the button down low. And of course, in the same breath, I want to say thanks to all our viewers, especially those who have been really implementing the suggestions we are giving in Cliffy's Kitchen. You've been uploading pictures and saying this is what I have done in imitation of what you said, and we appreciate that. Others can do the same. To bring a finale to our stew peas, we're going to do the seasoning. Notice what we have there. Some chopped garlic, we have a Scotch bonnet pepper, we have scallion, thyme and onion. At the back, you notice we have some black pepper, and of course Cliffy's special sauce to bring it over the top. And in my white bowl here we have 8 ounces of coconut milk. All of these together is going to give you a flavor, a taste that you won't forget in a stew peas. So we look forward to just getting them in the pot. About 10 minutes ago, I did put a Scotch bonnet pepper in there, you know, so the flavor could go on boiling out. So I'm just going to add the seasoning, the rest of seasoning to it now. Now for my black pepper, to make the seasoning get to where we want it. So we're gonna stir this in a little. Wow, this thing looks so good. Now I'm going to pour my coconut milk. As we say, this is 8 ounces of coconut milk. We're going to stir that in too. And now it's time for Cliffy's special sauce. We're just going to need 1 good spoonful of this, and this is going to take it where we want it to be. Notice, that's all your stew pea need to give it the taste and the finish that you want to make you go, mmm. Yeah, this is gonna be one of the best stew peas ever. Our stew peas would not be fully done without the spinners in there. Remember, about a week ago we did spinners in our soup. You can look back at that video and you see exactly what went into making this dough for the spinners, which I'm putting in our stew peas now. In case you don't know what spinners are, these are just another version of little dumplings that, you know, you would make the round version when you're cooking regularly, but for your stew peas you want to make them in what we call, as I'm doing here, spinners. We give them this name because we think it's a fitting name for them, the way how they're done. With my seasoning in for the last 5 minutes, I'm now going to cover up and let it go on simmering for another 10 minutes. Now I am going to adjust my heat to between medium and low, and that will take care of finishing up this lovely stew peas. Thanks for watching the video as usual. It's a pleasure working with you. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. As usual, you'll be the first to see the video coming out next. We appreciate those who've been sending pictures. We will try and highlight them as much as possible. And of course, in our future videos, we look forward to having you working with us.